He gets lost here and he tries to turn the barrel to the left instead of to the right. Looking back at this, I realized I should have turned him around the second barrel the correct way before going to the third barrel. This one, I really like how he turned his first, but he came up to it in the wrong lead. He's also in the wrong lead to the second. He's in the right lead to the third, and I think his third turn is really good, but I get scared and think he's going to buck, and I slow it down here because I really want to make sure if he was going to buck or not. It felt to me like he was going to buck, but maybe that's just how he takes off with his hind end underneath him, and it feels like he's going to buck. I feel like I got scared, my fear took over, and I just didn't want him to buck, so I tried to get there before he could. But he might not have even bucked at all. So I thought he couldn't handle the faster pace at a canter, so I take him through at a trot. He lopes there a little bit. So yeah, here, this is the one that got timed, I think. It was 25 seconds and 32. 25 seconds, point 32. 25.32. Anyway, the run home there, he kind of took off with me. I didn't ask him to go fast. I just wanted to try to keep him in a trot. So I go back through one more time at a trot and really try to keep his attention on what I'm asking him instead of what he thinks he needs to do. I really just want him to be consistently listening to me, not trying to run off, not trying to buck. So yeah, that's what we came up with for our evaluation. This exercise was a game changer for Cody and I. I did not realize how much I was crowding on the front side of the barrel. And this is our walkthrough. I'm trying to keep him framed up in his head. He's a horse that really likes to put his nose to the ground. I believe I taught him that when I was first learning how to ride him, or not learning how to ride, but when I first started riding him, I taught him to lower his head when he was nervous. So now he just loves to go along with his head down, but if he does that at lope, then he's more likely to buck, because I heard that they can't buck if their head is up. So I'm trying to keep his head up and keep him in frame. And here's our trot through. I really like how he keeps his forward momentum, and here he goes into a lope a little bit because the second barrel's up a slight hill. I'm raking it out and trying to even it out more. But yeah, I'm only about like 5-6 feet away from each barrel, and here I really ask him to go because I just wanted to test to see if he would buck. So I guess I'm not getting as afraid. Okay, so here's our lope through. I just trotted him to the first one, but I love how he took off from the backside of that first. And then the second, he didn't even break down to a trot, which is really great progress. And here we go, rounding the third, not breaking down to a trot, and racing home. It was so much fun. So we are working on speeding up on the backside of the barrels today. Cody tends to get very push style, so I asked him to trot with my leg first, then my voice, and then I had to swat his booty because he didn't respond to any of the lower pressure cues. Now we're going from a trot to a lope, and he responded much quicker. Very happy with that. Next we go to lope around the barrel, and then I asked for a gallop leaving the backside, and he was very responsive and I loved it. Then we move on to the second barrel at a walk and leave it at a trot. Next we trot to the second and leave the backside at a lope. I asked him to lope too late leaving the second. So we redo it, and he didn't quite get the lope, and instead he trotted, leaving the second. So we try a third time at the second. I asked for more momentum and approach it on a slow lope and leave it on a fast lope. I was happy with this try, so we moved on. Then we approached the second at a lope and leave it at a gallop. It took a lot of pressure for him to go into a gallop, and he went into the gallop too late, leaving the second. So we try again. I asked for more momentum coming into the barrel so he would leave it faster. I was happy with how he sped up, so we move on to the third barrel. First, we go into the barrel at a walk and leave it at a trot. We're trying to speed up while we are still on the backside of it. I let him trot all the way past the timer line. Then we approach the third at a trot and leave the backside at a lope. I really felt his improvement of how calm and controlled his lope home was. Now we are loping to the barrel and leaving at a gallop. I felt his gallop could have been better, so we try again. I was so happy with how he sprung from the backside of the third and really gave me that better gallop, and I'm also really happy that he didn't buck it anymore. There are many holes in this run, but the main thing I wanted to focus on was speed. He slowed way down on the backside of the second, but I think I overcrowded the front side of it. But yeah, he's just loping out. The main thing I wanted to focus on is speed, so I took him a breezin'. Vertical flexion, lateral flexion on both sides, trotting a figure 8, counter bending, counter bending, more counter bending, and more counter bending. Lope to a walk with just the word easy. Another lope to a walk with just the word easy. Side passing at a trot. Side passing at a trot in the opposite direction. Figure 8 at a lope. And we end on a lope to a walk with just the word easy. It was truly a beautiful ride.